If you're looking for the best mics for recording music, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Rode NTUSB Versatile Studio. Rode NTUSB delivers quite a superb sound, thanks to a quality cardioid capsule set in a standard studio fashion, only except the mic provides USB interface. It sounds very natural, clear and transparent, and does not suffer from those common effects such as popping and sibilance. The proximity effect is negligible, and it works from a number of angles, so forget about rain dancing with positioning. One thing we've noticed is that Rode NTUSB is also less susceptible to vibration noise, even with a stock tripod. For best results, you may consider getting an additional suspension kit and shock mount, but I'll repeat, those are highly optional since the tripod thing works far better than expected. The capsule has an extended frequency response that works well above 10 kHz, so it's very crispy. Moreover, the frontal side is sensitive enough to capture sounds even at the threshold of hearing. A softest whisper comes out very clean, but so does the loud singing. Beautiful dynamic range, perfect for any vocals, and really gives a professional sound to your recordings. And because it has a balanced response, it just works well out of the box without needing any post EQ. Will the quality blow you away? Absolutely. Especially for such a price, this mic is like godsend. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Blue Yeti USB microphone. By now, nearly everyone has seen the Blue Yeti mic in front of someone's face in an online video. The Yeti is one of the most ubiquitous streaming mics. Blue claims that millions have been sold, marking it as one of the best podcast microphones by sheer volume. When secured in its 2.2-pound, bottom-padded desktop stand, the iconic design is nearly 12 inches tall and looks somewhat anthropomorphic from the front. The 1.2-pound recording microphone cuts a commanding image on the screen and comes in black, blue, and silver options. You can swivel the mic in its stand to reposition it, but for greater flexibility, the Yeti unscrews from its base and can be mounted to a standard microphone stand or boom arm. The front-facing volume knob controls the headphone output level, while the red LED mute button silences the microphone's input. A rear-facing gain knob controls the microphone sensitivity, and the pattern switch selects one of the Yeti's 4 pickup patterns internal settings that focus the mic's audio capture to specific areas in front, behind, or all around it. The number 3 position is held by AKG C214, one of 2 mics coming in on this list right at the bottom of this price bracket, taking you one step closer to a pro sound, without breaking the bank but also at the cost of not quite getting you all the way there. Very low signal-to-noise ratio. Many consider this home studio microphone to be perfectly tuned to vocal recording, beyond any other applications. So if your priority is getting the best microphone for recording vocals, this could be it. Very solid build quality. Well, I think it's a beautiful piece of design too. It's another mic that can sometimes over-accentuate the top end, though not as much as some other microphones mentioned before. In general, it handles all vocal styles, including rap, very well. Includes 20 dB switchable padding, 160s low cut, which is too much cut for vocals, but can be good for other instruments. Next at number 4, we have Aston Origin. The Aston Origin is an all-round, versatile condenser mic. Great for studio vocals, but also for other applications like studio acoustic guitar or electric guitar from the amp in a live show. Great low noise to signal, and a very balanced natural sound. No boosts anywhere. It just captures what it hears well, giving you the flexibility to do all your boosts and changes in post with a very clean, raw capture. It's a boutique microphone, built in the UK, and it's been making real waves given the quality is still available at a price point right at the bottom of the semi-pro category. It includes a built-in pop shield, though you may want to buy an additional shield too, depending on your vocal style. Pad switch for 10 and 20 dB, 8-ace high-pass filter. Mic stand screw built in an erect connection to mic stand for live use. The number 5 position is held by Blue Microphones Baby Bottle. The styling of the Baby Bottle is based, not surprisingly, on the company's flagship microphone, the substantial bottle. This fabulous, large format valve microphone with interchangeable capsules cost roughly 10 times as much as its junior stablemate. The new mic is roughly half the size, measuring 222 mm long and 45 mm in diameter, and the bottle part containing the amplifier electronics is about 135 mm long. The microphone weighs a modest 350 g, and exposed metal is finished in a brushed satin effect. While the bottle body is a sparkly black, a blue logo denotes the front of the cardioid pattern, and a plate fixed to the rear denotes the model type and place of manufacture. Although I couldn't find a serial number anywhere on the exterior of the mic, which may be a concern to your insurers. The hand-built microphone capsule is housed behind a spherical dual-mesh metal grill and comprises a 1-inch diameter, 6-micron thick mylar film diaphragm sputtered with a mixture of gold and aluminum. This capsule assembly is supported above the bottle of the mic on a slender stalk, minimizing potential reflections from the rest of the body and possibly allowing the capsule to be placed where bulkier mics could not be used. The number 6 position is dominated by AudioTechnica T4050 multi-pattern. As with all multi-pattern, large diaphragm mics, the T4050 employs a dual diaphragm capsule with the diaphragms placed back-to-back. Unlike the T4033, the T4050 capsule is a true capacitor design, rather than a fixed charge back electrode. By varying the way in which the outputs from these two diaphragms are combined, all possible microphone patterns are possible. Although Audio-Technica have limited the choice to omni, cardioid, and figure of 8, it would also have been possible to include wide cardioid and hypercardioid by using a more complex switching system. But in the studio, the patterns provided will cover most eventualities. The only outward difference between the T4050 and a T4033 is that the T4050 is slightly longer in the body. The standard of finish is superb, and the casework is very tough. The resilient capsule suspension also helps in this respect. As with the T4033, the capsule employs a contoured, gold-coated diaphragm which is artificially aged to help ensure long-term stability and performance. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Neumann TLM102MT, the most recent addition to this line, and the most affordable Neumann studio vocal mic yet, is the TLM102 reviewed here. It is a large diaphragm, transformerless capacitor microphone with a fixed cardioid polar pattern. Though it looks superficially similar to other Neumann side address mics, it is significantly smaller than the likes of the UID7. It weighs around 260 g, has a diameter of 52 mm, and a length of just 116 mm. The capsule, with its edge-terminated diaphragm, makes use of more cost-effective manufacturing methods than Neumann's high-end mics, but it has to be said that I couldn't detect any compromises in the microphone's performance. Another cost-cutting measure is the lack of pad and filter switches, which makes it very much a no-frills design, but again, this doesn't impinge on the sound quality. Based around a newly developed, large diaphragm capsule capable of tolerating SPL up to 144 dB, 0.5% distortion, the TLM102 is suitable for use with loud instruments such as drums, brass instruments, and guitar amplifiers. But it was conceived primarily as a vocal microphone, so it's no surprise to see a slight presence lift above 6 Hz. The number 8 position is held by Lewitt Reference Class Tube Condenser Microphone LCT840. Lewitt's LCT840 is a premium class externally polarized dual diaphragm tube microphone designed to excel in a variety of demanding applications. Equipped with a precision-engineered 1-inch capsule, the LCT840 stands for exceptionally warm and classic, solid vintage sound, perfectly suited for miking vocals and instruments. This rugged multi-purpose microphone allows for highly nuanced and authentic sound reproduction in the studio and even on stage. 5 switchable polar patterns of omnidirectional, cardioid, figure 8, wide cardioid, and supercardioid make the LCT840 a highly versatile tool for professional audio engineers and performers looking for true and authentic tube sound. Like all Lewitt T mics, the LCT840 stands out for its extremely low self-noise of 9 dB and effective rejection of off-axis sounds. The microphone features 3 levels of attenuation and 3 switchable high-pass filters, LED and push buttons for noiseless handling on the power supply unit, PSU. Apart from user-friendly operating controls and advanced technological features so essential to memorable recordings, the LCT840 also makes an eye-catching design statement. The microphone is equipped with a plexiglass inspection window on the front side of the body, so the illuminated tube itself is fully exposed. The inside window surface is coated with a highly conductive, yet transparent film preventing electromagnetic interference. Next at number 9, Lewitt LCT840. Arriving in an attractive matte charcoal finish with gold lettering and trim, the MXL770 is an affordable mic that doesn't look cheap. Some will recognize the MXL name as a budget mic provider, but this is not a unit you'll be ashamed to show. Shipped with a slick, low-profile spider shock mount, the MXL770 looks like a serious, large-cap condenser microphone that delivers versatile performance on a variety of sound sources, including voices, acoustic stringed instruments, pianos, and percussion. A single-pattern cardioid mic. It's not surprising that a mic at this price point offers up only a single polar pattern. After all, it's possible to buy single-pattern cardioids for 10 times the price. MXL could beg forgiveness for skipping the bass roll-off and 10 decibel dB attenuator pads. But there's no need to take them to task as both switches sit around the backside of the typical side address form factor of the studio-style mic. As is typical with a conventional condenser mic, the MXL770 requires 48 volts of phantom power to produce a signal at 150 ohms impedance, and it handles a hefty maximum sound pressure level, SPL of 137 dB. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Shure Beta 58. It did somewhat retain the feel and character of the old SM58, but it is no longer muddy and honky. It's been really improved. Moreover, it certainly sounds less harsh and more open, maybe not as great as Sennheiser and 945, but still tremendously better than its predecessor. For the sake of comparison, let's also mention a couple of other mics. If you are after a more defined sound, it is worth considering the Beta 87, a condenser as well. But all three are actually great mics. If you are a cheap ass, then go check out AKG D5, but you'll find it more blurrish and worse in terms of feedback. First of all, let's have a close look at the frequency response of Beta 58A. Comparing to the SM58, you can see that there is less low end overall, and it rolls off more naturally too. This is why the mic no longer suffers from the excessive mud and unnatural low end, for which SM58 is infamous. The boost that is responsible for the brightness, seen in 3 to 4K HE range, reveals a very smooth transition. On the other hand, SM58 has this transition in 2 to 3K HE range, and it starts a bit too abruptly. This is the point where it gets to sound honky. Whereas Beta 58 remains cool and natural. That's all for today. We upload music product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.